Florence Shin says your word is your wand, but Katie Clarke has just updated it. She says,
but I would argue that your awareness is your wand.
And when you understand what she means, you'll be able to manifest your dream life 10 times faster. I'm Austen, author of the Amazon bestseller Who the Hell Are You? And in this video I'm going to break down Katie Clarke saying your awareness is your wand. Because that's the thing with awareness. We can hear something once and think, we've heard that, we're aware of it. But actually, gaining a deeper understanding of awareness requires you to do some study and actually look a little bit deeper than what's being said. Because there's always deeper levels of awareness to get to. And quite often, we're operating within our ego state of mind, which has a limited awareness. And therefore, if we hear something like that, our mind can just skip past it, and we don't really understand the deeper meaning of the word, and therefore we can't apply it to our life so we can manifest or change the results that we currently have. Which is what, let's face it, that's why all of us are doing personal development. So we can bring out more of ourselves, bring more of ourselves to the party from inside, so that we can share it with others and live the best life that we possibly can. At the end of the day, we're all trying to be the best us we can be, so that not only us, but also our family, our friends, and everyone around us can benefit from us being our best selves. Because we are a ball of energy, and the more positive vibration we're in, the more this is going to positively affect on everyone else, and so it goes and goes. My vision here at Be the Limitless You is a world where all people use their creative power to make a positive impact. Now, in order to be creative, that means you need to expand your awareness for some of us. For others, maybe not so. But for some of us, the conscious competence, the people who are aware of what we need to do, we need to expand our awareness. So when Katie Clarke says your awareness is your wand, I'm going to break that down so you understand exactly what I mean. So right off the bat, what we've got to do here is look at word versus awareness. Because when Florence Shin says your word is your wand, what she means here is your positive self-talk, how you react to bad situations that happen, how you deal with them, how you process and how you talk about those things. She says in the game of life that you can joke yourself into unhappy experiences, like a lot of people do. They might be saying something as a joke reference, but actually the subconscious mind is hearing that, and you can joke yourself into unhappy experiences. She's also talking about positive affirmations to trick your subconscious mind into believing this new reality that you're creating. And whilst there are benefits in doing this, it's not as fast as what Katie Clarke is saying when she's saying your awareness is your wand. Because let's face it, we could be saying positive things to ourselves, but we could be thinking something completely different. We can be thinking negatively all the time, silently, and because that's where we put in our awareness. So for instance, we could say, let's relate this to money, I am abundant, I am rich, I have passive cash flow, but then we look at our bank balance, and because it doesn't reflect that, then our awareness keeps looking at the bank balance, looking at the result, and therefore causing us the ill feelings that we don't wish to feel, and also those feelings that are keeping us in this reality loop of having an empty bank balance. So when Katie Clarke says your awareness is your wand, what she's talking about here is focusing on what you do want. And if your current reality is something that you're trying to elevate from and break out from, your attention and awareness needs to not be on it. You almost have to ignore your existing reality and keep your awareness in what you do want, the picture that you've built in your mind. And as these things happen, we're all going to experience like something bad happening. Like, it doesn't have to be dramatic, but it could be our car breaking down or something. If we can focus our awareness on the good side of that bad situation, then we are staying energetically in a state that's more akin to what we're trying to manifest. And therefore, the feeling, the awareness is much more powerful than just the word alone. If you read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he says on the chapter of autosuggestion, which relates to affirmations and word is your wand, along those lines, he says if you say the affirmation by Emile Coué, day by day, in every way I'm getting better and better and better, you could say that 1,000 times a day, but if you have no feeling related to it, then it's not going to make a blind bit of difference in your life. And this, again, if you are saying affirmations, if you've got the focus on the feeling, your awareness, then they're going to be much more powerful to you than just saying the words alone. Because I've been there myself. You can say affirmations to yourself, and then that could last for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and then all day long you're going out thinking of what you don't want and you're running into these situations. It's like Bob Proctor says in his great book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. He says in there that a minister once told him that praying is the thing that most people do between prayers, because they might go and pray for like 5-10 minutes for what they do want, but then they spend the rest of their sort of 23 hours a day worrying about what they don't want, and therefore they're putting their awareness on what they don't want, even though they're using their words to think of what they do want. So I love what Katie Clarke's saying here. I totally agree with what she's saying. It does take a fair amount of understanding to get to this level, and if you are struggling with this in any way, all I suggest you do is study more on the awareness and the energetic resonance with the world, because everything is energy. Again, I'm thinking of Bob Proctor's great book here, Change Your Paradigm, where he says everything you want is already here, because everything in the world is energy, and we are energy, and what we want is just on a different energy frequency than what we're currently vibrating at, and therefore we need to put our awareness on that. And the more awareness that we put onto what we want, the more we sort of charge those brain cells, we add energy, what's the word I'm looking for here? We add an amplitude of vibration to what we want. And therefore, the stronger the amplitude of the vibration, the more that we're going to get there. And it's not through hard work. It's not through graft. It's through energetic responses, and it's through awareness, by thinking of what you do want, but getting emotionally involved with that. Yes, the word works as well, but this is going to work for you so much faster, I promise you. Just to conclude what I'm saying, and just to break it down, just so it's simple. So flourishing, your word is your wand. So by word, what she's saying is what you say. So you could say, I am rich. And where Katie Clarke has elevated this is that if you're saying that from an awareness of no money, like you're looking at your empty bank account, you're going to bed thinking about, oh, I haven't got any money, you're feeling that lack, then it doesn't matter how many times you say, I am rich, energetically, you are blocked. So you're never going to manifest I am rich state. We're using money as an example because it's nice and easy in this scenario. So Florence Shin saying your word is your wand. What she's saying is positive self-talk and positive talk and affirmations and general talk in general, wherever you can put a word together, is going to bring you the desired result, and that is your wand. Whereas Katie Clarke is saying your awareness is your wand. So when you say something or think something, it's the state in where you say or think it from. Let's use the example, I am rich again. If your awareness is focused on abundance, It can be abundance as in nature. You've only got to look at the lawn and the grass and you can see abundance. You can just look around your house and see all the furniture that you have. You can go grocery shopping and see how much groceries you get. The abundance is everywhere, and when you're focusing on that abundance, and even the money that you do earn that's paying for certain bills, you have everything that you need because you're still here now, right? You're still alive. You've got everything you need to survive. So when you focus on everything that you have got, this is where you become aligned and open to receive more, because you are now energetically in resonance with abundance, which is just on a flow. And I know a lot of us have been brought up with the belief that you have to work really hard to make money. Now, you do have to work, don't get me wrong, but if you're anything like me, I completely misinterpreted that. I had a removals business. I started when I was young, when I was 15, in a removal company. I got to the top, started my own business, and my definition was, if I could move more boxes today than what I could yesterday, then I'm working harder, I'm earning more money. And if I can do that tomorrow and do that, do you see where we go here? We eventually hit a ceiling. It's not possible. So I was operating on a frequency of you have to work really hard to be successful. And you don't. You do have to work, but mainly you just need your awareness focused on the abundance, because lots of people in this world are earning lots of money and they are rich and they're not working very hard at all. There's people working a lot harder than them who are not earning the money that they deserve, in my opinion, due to my conditioning of you have to work hard to be successful. So this is my video based on Katie Clarke upgrading Florence Shin's saying from "your word is your wand." Katie Clarke has now made it her own into "your awareness is your wand," and that's going to help you manifest results 10 times faster. In the next video, I'm going to take this a step further by working with your awareness and give you an exact strategy so you can find the good in every situation that happens that keeps you in a high vibrational state and more aligned and open to your desires. I'll see you in the next one.